Hey, Shane,
Yes, Spence?
do you have a podcast?
No.
Well, you do now.
Yep, we have a podcast.
We have a podcast. It's called What Is Us? First introductions. I'm Spencer Elwood. I recently graduated film school and have moved down to Texas to work on narrative film projects, music videos, documentaries, all with my good buddy
Shane Stewart. I work as a videographer here in Dallas, and we are both starting a production company together called What Is Us. And we also decided to, while we're kind of getting things started on the kind of production side and the kind of narrative projects, as well as all the other projects we want to work on, we decided that we wanted to kind of branch out into another creative venture so we can kind of get the juices flowing with this here podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I think the joke of people starting podcasts, especially people starting movie podcasts, is always that it's cringy and dumb. But like, look, it's an easy, fun, creative outlet.
Yeah.
So we kind of decided to take that whole idea of the easy funness of it and branch that into what this podcast is, which is us recommending each other primarily movies, but we may do comics,
TV shows,
music videos,
specials.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Anything that kind of defines who we are or something like that. Because I mean, the basic premise is when I was in film school, I had to watch a million movies and I got very opinionated on them.
Yeah.
Of course, so the first branch of the movies of the first 3 episodes of the podcast are over the Fast and Furious saga.
So yeah, that will definitely teach you a lot about
Family.
who Spencer is and family.
No, legitimately, like we talked about this. We each made like a massive list of things we desperately want to show the other person and experience together.
Yeah.
Like it's a big, huge thing with, any movie is your experience watching it. And it's always more fun to watch it with somebody who loves it.
Yeah.
And so we're doing that. We're going to watch a bunch of like great classic must-watch cinema movies, as well as a bunch of schlocky, silly, great fun time movies.
Good old fun popcorn movies.
There's no
and TV shows and a bunch of other junk.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the high art, low art, you know what I mean? Like there's no real difference except intention.
Yeah.
And so we want to learn from everything we're watching.
Yeah.
And grow from it and then share it with someone.
Yeah.
So we may have guests sometimes.
Yep.
We may do kind of special episodes where we go over full series like the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
We may do specials where we watch a movie and its remake and kind of talk about that, of what lessons we learned. We're going to do all kinds of crazy, fun, good time stuff, play some games.
Yeah, in each episode we'll have an A segment, which will be our kind of discussion of whatever media we want to talk about, and then we'll have a B segment where we'll have a little bit of fun, play a game, or talk about news, or do Q&As and that kind of thing. Just kind of get the ball rolling, get us started on having some fun together and kind of learning a little bit more about ourselves and about about the media that we love as well as each other.
The art that's defined us.
Right. And I think that relates to back why we decided to go with the name What Is Us for this podcast is, as we watch these things, we get to learn about ourselves and each other and learn a little bit about what is us. As for the reason why we decided to name the production company that, you'll have to find out.
This week on
the epic conclusion, the season finale.
Yes, of course. No. I'm excited. So, most episodes will be around 50 minutes to an hour, depending on that. If we do kind of a series, these first couple are quite lengthy because we're covering 4 movies each episode or something.
Yeah, I have a feeling the first ones are going to be a little longer. But after that
it'll level out a little bit.
So we're starting off with the Fast and Furious franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting off with the first 4 in the first episode, then we're going 3 in the next, and then the next 3 after that, including Hobbs and Shaw. And then what are we doing after that, Spencer?
After that, so those will start coming out Thursdays for the whole month of October weekly, and then because we're both spooky boys, we decided.
I love that description of spooky boys.
We're spooky boys. We decided to do Halloween in November as our second round of episodes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch all October we're going to be watching scary movies anyway, so we figured we'd bank up a bunch and then we'd start making episodes over the ones we really love or
Right.
some of our favorites. Shane is not as big a horror guy as I am, so it's going to be a lot of me throwing terrible, vile things at him.
And it's not for a lack of interest. It's just like I didn't grow up on horror at all. So like this is just me kind of like finally taking my first, I've seen some horror movies, but like not all that many. So this will be kind of my first baby steps into the horror world.
So that's the first chunk. We're going to do hopefully pretty good about putting out like a list of monthly so you can watch ahead of time, watch, learn what we feel about it, learn what lessons we've learned from it. And if the person we're showing it to likes it. I'm very excited about this. It's going to be a ton of fun.
I'm very excited too.
So hell yeah, dude.
If you'd like to follow us, you can follow at What Is Us on basically all of the social media. And if you'd like to follow us individually on social media, mine is at Shane Likes Films on basically everything except for Letterboxd. My Letterboxd is Shane Stew Film. So if you'd like to follow me or us on social media, that's my handle and our production company handle. Spencer, what is yours?
The only real thing you need to follow me on is Letterboxd. It's just Spencer_E. I have a film degree, so objectively I'm correct about all of these things, right?
He will continue to pull that card every week. It's going to get very annoying. Just be prepared.
It's annoying. I think you mean factually accurate. No.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Good point. So hurry. You have like a week to watch the Fast and Furious movies, the
first
1
4,
through 4. To jump in with the first episode of this podcast. It's a ton of fun. You get to hear me gush about cars and these crazy, crazy movies that are maybe better than you think they are.
Yeah, as a person who has never seen these movies, you get to experience whether or not I will enjoy the dumb car movies.
I'm so nervous.
Find out next week at the end.
Better. Our friendship depends on it.
Yeah.
Tune in for this. Tell your friends about it. It's going to be great. We are going to have a blast doing it. And hopefully we're going to learn a lot about ourselves, each other, and lessons about filmmaking from the things we've watched and loved.
And learn a little bit about what is us.
What is us? So, watch this podcast.
Or listen.
Listen. Or don't. I mean, I don't know. Live your life.